Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
This looks like they're posturing for it.
Walking up anyway, at least getting a bit of vision. Very late decision. 2 contests, not a lot of certainty there.
It's too difficult to nuke plants, and that's really all you can do. But for me, I'm very curious to see in this game the KC bot lane. Oh, no, we got a fight.
That's the public execution. Kana trying to dash out, flash out the wall just short. Mininar now coming through. 1-1-3 full committing for the dive. But the ulti is there. Force his wave in. Maybe get a good reset. Good sidestep. Kana's still going all in. He might not even need the ulti. Irrelevant not stacking rage at all, but there comes the Talia. Vladdy gonna look for the setup here. Irrelevant gonna dodge the flick back, but it's likely gonna die anyway. Takes a bit more time. Good roam away. This is part of the reason that the Maokai is picked still, right? You get so much of that passive vision. Yeah, just continuing to throw saplings in to keep track. Targamas caught out briefly, trying to burst the Braum, and they'll be successful. Maokai ult used. It will just be the 1-for-1. Paris traded for Targamas.
Outside. And they can't really pressure this Talia either. She's gonna lose 1 wave, but 1 wave per Drake. You're very happy with that as KC.
And I think the struggle here is we saw what BDS were willing to invest in 1-1-3. Zyra's let through people to walk into them. And even if 1-1-3 is ahead, if BDS are behind, if they don't have push in these lanes, they're always going to have to be the ones walking in. Is Irrelevant trying to force the play. Nice knockback, doesn't quite connect the wall for the extra damage. Kind of uncertain where to go. Lots of poke coming in from 1-1-3. Looks like it's going to be another finished kill here. Wall up there, another kill down.
It just doesn't stop. KC are looking for this top tower as well in trade for Kana's deathbot.
Nuke in decent position. Has the culling. As long as Vladdy's got that flick, he has to be careful. Unraveled Earth already down. Nice dash back. Does eat the stun, but doesn't eat any additional. I think it's, you know what?
But it gives tenacity as well, and I saw the Merc treads onto 1-1-3, and I was thinking, could be.
You know what? This is a time where we're very blessed to have internet access. As the fight's breaking out, knockup is there. 1-1-3 is ultimately not going to connect for too much damage. Excellent poke to start the fight, and suddenly KC are running wild. A perfect public execution. It was a good sign, and you can see 1-1-3 does some okay initial damage, but without any of the follow-up there, it's just not enough.
Oh, he's going Kraken Slayer. I don't like it. They're just having a little bit of standoff. But I think it's hard for him to auto-tech this game, and the crit scaling on the culling is really high, so once you get crit items on Lucian, you actually do insane damage with it. And I think the culling is his biggest tool this game to actually be useful, but Kraken Slayer provides very little damage to that ultimate.
And we've seen how valuable the culling can be. Again, in the sense of this game being a lot about who has set up first on the objectives. If you have to walk into a Lucian as he's full culling you, you lose 50% of your HP. That fight is so much harder to take.
Yeah.
Once again, Vladdy looking to rinse and repeat.
Barely misses. But it's so hard for BDS to enter here. Paris doesn't really want to face check, and 1-1-3 can slowly put up these plants to try to walk into the 3rd Drake, but I think KC are heavily favored if they have the first control. But Irrelevant's onto a flank here.
On the side, managed to find Yike. Interrupt now coming in. Targamas trying to get a bit more space. Vladdy going golden. Managing to back up. Plants are huge there. Good poke back. Kliss trying to re-engage. Kana now on the chase. Irrelevant not able to finish that job. It's a scattered fight from BDS. It's not the same for KC. But at least it's a Chemtech.
Yeah.
You know we're coping hard for the team that's on the receiving end.
That's true, but I'd say, hey, it's a Chemtech, you know?
I think it's fine. But also, if you're in the position to get 4 Drakes, you're likely in the position where you'll get first setup on Elder at the same time.
BDS are setting up this Atakan here. Decide not to go for it. It's desperation for BDS. But they're trying to force a fight here.
There's no vision in the pit, and Atakan is parked right outside of it. But instead, the call from KC is set up on the bottom side.
They're giving.
Take advantage. They want soul. They're not worried about the false life.
Yeah. Nuke is ulting it.
Just wants to complete it because they know they need to go to the next objective.
10 seconds.
Okay, taking stock. Flashes up. Everyone but 1-1-3 on the side of BDS. Maybe they can look to do this. They have no vision, but they have the false life. But again, the nurse to it mean it's not reliable to come back to the fight. If you get locked up, you could be done. Paris trying to buy a bit more space.
Vladdy?
KC still on the objective. Vladdy looks like he might get caught. Pullbacks there from the face call. Objective getting lower and lower. It looks like it's going to be the soul, and it will be for the side of KC. BDS, do they still want the fight? They've got the false life. They've got an extra life. Knock into the wall. 3 people locked up with the Braum is there to body block, and it's Kana to turn the fight. Kana and Kliss back to back in the midst of everything as Nuke on the side. BDS walking in is tough. Targamas buys so much time. Vladdy to split them off the wall. Is a bit early. 8K getting lower. Arrow dodge. Flash out from 1-1-3 means there's no way for him to get into the pit. They're just going to grab this. BDS now need to play for the exit. 1-1-3 into the back line. Manages to get the ulti down, but he has no Zanyas and there's no follow-up. Irrelevant is finally here, but he can't get involved. Instead, he's trying to twist on the Kana, but Kana's already flashed out. KC completely dumpstering BDS. Absolutely styled on. BDS in a desperate maneuver, just lose everything.
Casey get everything. It's absolute desperation from 1-1-3 as he's suicide engaged to try to make something happen, but it's too little too late. Casey already got the Nash, and it's a beautiful flash from Kana to avoid the Gnar ulti, which just results in 4 members going down for BDS.
That was already a desperation look from Irrelevant.
Besides, he wants to start this fight no matter what. Engaging Syra is definitely not my forte, but oh, we got another fight there.
Wall is there. Ice manages to walk away, not quite pinned by the wall. Irrelevant, keep your eyes on that Meganar. Maybe can turn it. Vladdy goes golden, timing a little bit off on the solar flare. Nuke now finally there. Targamas will find a knock-up onto 1. Flank coming in from Kana, and Bessa in. Public execution doesn't hit. Now it's a chance for BDS to turn because they got so much time to auto. Coling going down. Kana in the back line, cutting through everybody. It's a triple for Kalist. Nuke next on the list. The Quadra there as well. KC again. Just obliterating.
Kalist is running them down, and that's an ace for KC. And with the Baron buff, I think they're going to be able to end the game.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. The fights have just been cleaner. And BDS, every time they've tried to throw a punch in late game, it has come back twice as hard to hit them.
Paris is up here. He could try to defend, but actually, Targamas, they're not looking to end, actually. Wow.
No time. It's a 9K gold lead.
Penta, I'm pretty sure the game is won.
I had this thing where I started saying Penta whenever I got 2 kills.
Well, maybe Penta is the angle. The fight kicking off. Vladdy already laying down the wall. Coling coming out. Immediate ball damage isn't quite there. Kalist caught out. Locked to the Iron Solar. He's living for an extra second. He's still standing. I don't want to hear anybody talking smack about Hextech. He's still alive, and KC killing everybody once again. BDS managed to find 1. Nuke still standing for a brief moment, but all of KC now on the chase. Nuke, how fancy can he get with it? Some extra slow coming in from 1-1-3. A flashback safety trying to finish off Targamas, trying to get a bit more damage down. Flat, keeping it going. It just does not matter. KC too far ahead. Kalist still alive, grabbing the Elder.
And KC go 5 for 0 with the Elder, surely being able to end the game now, but you have to feel for BDS. It was so close. If Kalist is just 20 HP lower, he ends up falling, and the fight could look completely different.
KC so dominant in these 5v5s. The investment into that aggressive AP jungle option of the Zyra not paying off for BDS.
It was a great Kalista game from Kalist. I'm very happy with how he played. Overall, both carries from the side of KC, mid and ADC, just maneuvered every team fight beautifully, built up an individual CS lead, were just more impactful.
Certainly were. 13.1K gold lead, dominant finish after what was a relatively quiet early game. KC taking game 1 in this best of 3.